Since my last video, I've gotten so many questions via texts and letters and emails and prayer. I figured since I've been quiet for the past 2,000 years, mostly because it's hard to get anything said when the religious right is shoving words down your throat, I figured now would be a great time to let people know how I feel about things. First letter is from Jasper from South Carolina. He says, "Dear Jesus, the last time you were here, you were black. Why aren't you black now?" Well, Jasper, that's a very good question. The answer is quite simply, when I stepped on Earth 2,000 years ago as a black individual, I was crucified, okay? It was not a good experience. However, it is worse to be black in America today. Personally, the only time I ever want to be shot by the police when I go to get a honey bun at midnight is for the purpose of educational videos for training and such. But, I mean, really, let's be honest. We all know I'm not going out to the store at midnight to get a honey bun because it's gonna just sit on my ass all night while I sleep. My gigantic ass. Oh, it would take a whole horde of townspeople to drag me up the Via Dolorosa. There may even be a dolly involved. And then when they get me on the cross, I'm just gonna snap it in twain. Of course, the whole next day is gonna be devoted to making a new cross and then hoisting me up on it, testing it, blah, 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 blah. It's just a wasted effort. I don't need all that. Besides all that, you've got these soldiers standing around doing nothing that you've got to pay because they're just standing around, just getting sweaty out in the middle of the desert with all that sand, and Dad only knows how long it's been since they've been around a real being that can nurture, just sweaty and hot, pounding the wood into the cross they're gonna hang me on. Yeah, just pounding my wood. I can't remember what we were talking about. Our next question comes from Brandy, self-proclaimed Queen of the Dorks. And she is. Out in California, she says, "Dear Jesus, what do you like to do in your spare time?" Well, Brandy, when I'm not trying to correct everything that the followers of mine do, I really like... I need to really brace you on this. You really can't tell just by looking at me or by the way I act, but I really love musical theater. Actually, I'd like to try out for the showing down here locally. I've been working on some Jesus Christ Superstar, because really, who better to play Mary Magdalene? Am I right? Okay. Anyway, I've been working on some. The words are a little difficult because it's about me, but if I'm singing to me, then Anyway, honey, here's what I've got so far. Me, superstar, do I think I'm what they say I am, or what I am, or superstar I am? Our next question comes from Jackie in Arkansas. She says, "Dear Jesus, do you really pay attention to Facebook likes and do you cure accordingly?" Well, Jackie, of course I do. Facebook is very, very serious. How else are you going to know who's important enough? Like, for example, would you rather that I saved daughter of famed pop idol Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina? Or would you rather I saved some baby that no one's ever heard about, you know, that was born with its skin backwards? I'm sorry. I think celebrities and celebrity-adjacent type celebrities have so much more to offer than backward skin baby. sorry. It's serious. Our next question comes from Alicia up in Connecticut. She says, "Dear Jesus, my grandmother has been ill for 2 years now. Is there any way you could save her life?" Well, Alicia, honey, of course I can, but I'm not gonna. Don't blame me. Don't get hateful. She didn't get enough Facebook likes, darling. Maybe had you passed that picture around a little more, your grandmother would be feeling a lot better. Alright? Our next question comes from Karen up near Chicago. She says, "Dear Jesus, are drugs really bad?" Well, Karen, it depends on the drug. You smoke too much marijuana, you end up with a bag of Funyuns. You do too many mushrooms, you end up with the Book of Revelations, okay? Kevin up in Washington asks, "Dear Jesus, what's your favorite book of the Bible?" Well, sir, the whole book. I mean, it's one book. It's the Bible. It's the Bible. It's a whole book. It's a book comprised of smaller books? Are you serious? Well, no, I've never read it. I just assumed. I just thought I could read the Cliff Notes or something. Seriously? Can we just keep that between us? I swear I'm gonna start reading it soon. Next, we have Alan from Florida says, "Dear Jesus, why don't you have a beard this time?" Well, Mary Magdalene's dead. And I don't go to parties much, so I don't have much use for a beard. Our next question comes from Michelle up in New Jersey. It says, "Honey, it doesn't matter what you have to say. You're from New Jersey. Honey, it's gotta say something when Manhattan blames you for the smell, okay? Newark!" R. Gentry up in North Dakota says, "Dear Jesus, what religion are you?" Oh, honey, I don't want to get it started that you're a complete dumbass with your head so far up your ass. I don't want to just keep harping about how this was an obvious question and now you've wasted all of our time. I thought the answer was so obvious. I'm Buddhist. Arg! I'm a pirate. A butt pirate? I'm an asshole. Oh.